You're listening to Broken Mold Ministries streaming media, where the bits and bytes shout for the joy and praise of Jesus Christ.
Well, because that's what you're going to get at Broken Mold Ministry. If you ask us questions or anything else, you're going to wind up finding out the truth. Now, we've got Brother Billy Chisholm here at the house, and he is on the second studio desk, and we're going to go ahead and record this. We're going to be referencing about Halloween. Being as it's Halloween Day, we're a little bit late on this one than we usually are on years, but I want to let you know, here at Broken Mold Ministry, we do not celebrate ourselves Halloween because we're not looking to have Satan grant us the right to be what we just disguised ourselves as being. Now, where am I getting that, right? Would be your question. What, am I getting that out of the Bible? Yeah. Just not the one you should have in your hand. Let's see. We've got a little bit of notification on here. I'm going to take and move one of my browser pages so I can share it with you. And what is that noise there? Is that your phone coming up with a announcement there?
Yeah, I always get announcements.
Okay, well that's what was bugging us. Okay. New noises and things, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So we now have the area on here, and I'm going to take and do a share of my screen so I can go ahead and show everybody the article I'm referring to that they can look at themselves if they wish to. You go to our Facebook group or Facebook page, and then go to our Facebook group, and you will be able to come in and read the information. And as you see here, we've got the capability to go right into the group. Now, the difference between having our page and having a group is this. If we have the page, then that's the front door, parking lot, the lobby, that area. Okay, you're coming in to check us out. You want to see what we're all about or anything else. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You want to come in and sit down and listen to a message? That's in the group. You want to come in and ask questions or anything else or get some one-on-one help? That's group. Okay, so we've got 135 people plus in their seats right now. Pastor Bob's got his coffee. And you all may live. Let's see. All right. So as you scroll down, you'll see that we have our featured little areas here. This is the show for the Hobo Stew meeting. I'm going to cover a lot of things here. And we have, as you see here, the little jack-o'-lantern and everything else in there. It says, why Christians should not celebrate Halloween. You just go over there and you click on that. And it'll bring up the article that I chose to put up. I always have a mind of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I don't need to rewrite other people's articles. I'll just point you to the article that says it the way I would agree with. And we have the founder of a Church of Satan said that by dressing up, either by wearing a costume or coloring oneself for Halloween, is tantamount to worshiping the devil. Now, tantamount means you are in agreement to be worshiping Satan. That's not just a Bible thump. No, it's not. You know, you can call it what you want. You're going to be wrong. It's not just a bunch of Bible thumping. This actually is believed by them. So they really like to have the stuff going. Because here's what he says here. He says, he further said that when you adopt a pagan practice, you subconsciously dedicate yourself to the devil. He took joy in Christians who take part in the tradition, saying, I'm glad that Christian parents let their children worship the devil at least one night out of the year. Welcome to Halloween. Now see, there's something wrong with that.
Well, I agree with that. But I always want to say one thing. If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Back in the day, when this all had started, it was back in the Harvest Fest. And people used to dress up in costumes to drive away evil spirits that they believe are going to affect the harvest.
Yeah,
And that's what it ended up. That was what it was all about, because they thought they could scare away the spirits by dressing up and looking like them, so that um, because a higher spirit can run away a lower spirit.
Well, yet again, we're looking at man designing his own religion or how to worship.
Well, that's what people. And back then, people didn't understand, because wasn't a lot of people talking about God really, and that was the problem. I'm gonna say this: the Catholic Church controlled pretty much everything, and
Mm-hmm.
certain times people were not even allowed to have a Bible, much less read it.
Right.
And
Right.
you couldn't read Latin back then, which was all the Bibles were written in.
Well, the education level kept people underfoot, under power.
Well, that's how they control them.
Yeah.
You know, education does prevent some control over people. But the problem with education is most people are educated in the way that the government wants them to be educated.
Yeah. If you take a look here further down, they have the Christians are taught to be the light of the world. In one of the scriptures passages, we are instructed thus: "You are the light of the world. A city on a mountain cannot be hidden. Nor do they light a lamp and then put it under a bushel basket or a bowl. It is set on a lampstand, where it gives light to all in the house. Just so your light must shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your heavenly Father." Now, I don't know what translation it came out of, but that certainly wasn't the KJV one, but that's okay. I was always used to reading that one, so kind of tripped me up there a little. And Matthew 5, 14 through 16, folks. So if they turn around and tell you, well, it doesn't reference Halloween at all, sorry, yes, it does. As a matter of fact, folks, if you have any question about saying, well, the Bible doesn't reference how to handle this, you need to get a hold of us, because so far we've been looking and watching for anything that the Bible doesn't reference. We haven't found anything yet, and well, I'm old enough to be white gray, so yeah.
But let me ask those people. You know, out in the middle of the ship, when I was in the Navy, if you look at that as far as light, did you know out in the middle there, you strike a match, one match, and you can see that one match for a mile.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
My premise is this: darkness cannot hide from the light.
Nope.
Nope.
We cannot.
You know, and the illumination of us worshiping God lightens just like that match, miles around.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
the light will drive away the darkness.
And that's what we're assigned to do. We're assigned to be the messengers of the gospel, the keepers of the good light, and moving ever forward. It's not for us to be rich. It's not for that. God's not a vending machine, and you're not a little God. Small G-O-D. You're not. Creflo Dollar and their little riches and everything else. That's one of the more appropriate names of a wolf right there, Creflo Dollar. In the article, you can go ahead and take a look, and it says that the Halloween can be traced back to the Celtic festivals. It states that all kinds of several things on here. Now, this gal has done quite a bit of studies on this, so she takes it from the time when it was appearing as a Celtic ritual all the way to today, to how people take it. And there she is right there. I'm going to give credit where credit's due. There you go. The author's profile there down at the bottom. Nyla Islet. And generally when she closes one, she closes it. Christians are actually capable of reversing the evil of Halloween if and only if each one would live by the teachings of the one on whom they profess their faith. Parents should teach their children in the appropriate way to commemorate All Saints Day. Well, we don't even pound All Saints Day, but here's why. Here's why, ladies and gentlemen. We have a strong belief here that why would you act today in a different level of love with your neighbor than you did yesterday or would plan to tomorrow. What would be the purpose of saying this day, because man has put a label on it, I'm now going to act different? There's no point in that. Love thy neighbor as thyself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Stay that way. That way, when it's called upon you, you already are. So, what we want to do, what we'll probably do for 2022 is we will have what's called a hobo stew. And it's where we'll set up a table that takes and makes a hobo stew and other fine goods to eat and some baked goods and things like that. And we'll just have it set out. And the price for admission is going to be 2 non-perishable goods for pantries, or, like I said, 2 of them, because 1 will go to the cook's bench and 1 will go to the pantry. Or both will go to the pantry. Whichever, if we've got all the stuff already set up for the cook's bench, we don't need to waste any. Hang on to it and feed those who need food. So, and we'll have sack races, maybe even a car smash. We'll even have games. There'll be all kinds of things for parents to enjoy, all kinds of things for kids to enjoy. But the thing is these are supervised so that the drug dealers won't be present, not unless they really like being harmed. The drunks won't be present, not unless they really like being kept out. And there won't be any danger to your children whatsoever. We won't allow it. And it'll be a good celebration that starts from the start of Halloween all the way through to even possibly the next day. And it'll be a way that you can bring your family to have a good time and have a celebration of just being together. And in the will of God, that we're all in a like mind and we wish to worship God and be thankful for that we have the day. So,
Amen. This is the day the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've harped on you pretty good about Halloween and everything else, but I really haven't said 10% of what I really know about Halloween. So if you wish to ask only the questions you want to hear the answer to, because here at Broken Home Ministry, you will get the truth. This has been Brother Billy and Brother Bob, and we will see you on Broken Home Ministry on Facebook, YouTube, and online at brokenhomeministry.org. Y'all take care.